This week, Boys with Toys is in Northamptonshire with something unbeatable. We've covered aviation before, but not like this.
No, we were looking for the greatest flying experience known to man, and we were put in touch with a small group of people who used to be part of the same little flying club, the Red Arrows. And they said, come on down and we'll show you the most amazing aviation experience in the world.
Almost everyone secretly wishes that they could be a pilot in the Red Arrows, and we all love a good air show. But have you ever found yourself wondering whether there was any possible way that a passenger would be able to fly with the display team? Well, the honest answer is no. There are experiences out there that will let you fly solo with a fighter pilot or even follow another aircraft, but to carry 4 passengers safely in close formation during stunt maneuvers like this, well, you'd have to be an airline, and you can imagine how often that's happened. Yeah, just once.
This is 2XL, home of the Blades display team, and the world's only fully aerobatic airline.
We needed to make sure that people, when they came to fly with us, were A, protected, and B, not put off by the thought that it was probably dangerous. So what we did is we went to the CAA and said, we want to fly passengers 12 feet apart, looping and rolling, but under the rules of an airline, i.e. they're going to pay for us to do it. And they said, well, you have to comply with this great big sheaf of notes that applies to Virgin, BA, Monarch, all those other airlines. And we complied with every single one of those rules and regulations, and they issued us with an air operator's certificate, and we're very proud of that. What it actually means is that people come and fly with us, secure in the knowledge that the CAA have looked at every aspect of what we do, our training, our engineering, recency, currency, health, all those things that they can look into on another big airline, they come and look at it with us as well. And they make sure that it's safe for us to do what we do. And they're very happy with what we do.
There are very few jobs that a pilot can move on to after being in the Red Arrows that are anywhere near as enjoyable, but the team here are certainly passionate about what they do.
To be able to show passengers and people that are interested in your job what it's like to fly in formation, what it's like to fly in a mini version of the Red Arrows with the Blades is brilliant. Then to be able to fly a display, which is probably the most exciting flying that I've ever done in an aeroplane, that just adds to it. It's just an amazing job. Very, very lucky to do it.
So, to put the experience to the test, Tim and I are going to fly our own private stunt show with all the whistles and bells, barrel rolls, loop-the-loop, stall turns and more, all less than 20 feet apart. No pressure.
But we were certainly in safe hands because this team have flown over 3,800 displays between them. That's over 30,000 flying hours. And they are of course equipped with the most agile aircraft on the market. Now back in the 80s, a competition stunt pilot by the name of Walter Extra decided that all stunt planes were basically pants and would fall out of the sky long before he lost his bottle. So he set about designing the most extreme stunt plane you can imagine, and nearly 3 decades on, it's evolved into this. The Extra EA300 is a low-wing, high-performance aircraft designed for the most extreme aerobatic maneuvers, and it utilises advanced construction techniques to provide an aeroplane that's certified to plus or minus 10 G. The Blades operate the Extra 300 LP and its latest variant, the 330SC, which delivers even more power courtesy of its Lycoming AE10 580 engine.
This thing will reach a top speed of 250 miles an hour and turn sharply at over 180, which makes it one of the most dynamic machines that a pilot will ever fly. It's so good that even former fighter pilots don't miss the jets.
Oh, these are amazing. They're the most fun aircraft that I've flown in my career, actually. Although flying the Hawk was brilliant, flying the Jaguar was also awesome. But those aircraft were really designed to be operated, not just for pure flying. Whereas this aircraft, you don't operate, you just enjoy doing pure flying.
So it was time to experience firsthand what all the fuss was about. And as Andy strapped me into my seat, I was amazed to find that the passengers of this airline fly at the front of the aircraft. Yes, you get the best seat in the house. I'm wearing my jumpsuit now, so I look the part, and they've also given me a parachute just in case everything goes horribly wrong.
That is actually a slightly surreal moment in the whole process, because where your air hostess would usually point out that there are emergency exits located here, here and here during your pre-flight briefing, with the Blades you're calmly reminded that should your pilot make the announcement, bail out, bail out, bail out, you should immediately hurl yourself from the aircraft with extreme enthusiasm and pull toggle A. And yet, ironically, this actually makes you feel a lot safer.
So, quite calmly, we were soon sitting side by side on the runway, waiting for permission to take off. Then, with a massive roar from the engines, we began to thunder down the runway.
God, acceleration!
We were up and climbing steadily side by side in the clear sky.
We are literally within touching distance. I mean, it is so close. My wingman disappeared. He'll be back in a sec. Let's get JJ used to what we're doing.
Pilots are very good at reading the reactions of their passengers, and they build the experience up gradually. So, by the time you get to the big stuff, you're prepared for it. Which is just as well, because G-force can be a killer if you're not expecting it. Most people are apparently comfortable up to around 4.5 G. But, as Tim said, this aircraft can pull 10.
Oh, look at his face! I think he's happy. He's very happy!
The problem is, when you pull serious positive G, gravity pushes all the blood to the lower half of your body away from the head. So in effect, your brain can be starved of oxygen if you're not careful. And when that happens, it's sleepy buyer's time. In the jets, pilots wear special suits that inflate to squeeze the legs and prevent blood movement in the lower half of your body. But in an EA300, you have to learn a different method if you're going to tackle the more extreme manoeuvres. And you do this by tensing everything you've got. Abs, calves, thighs, even your butt. So, having warmed up, we were now ready for some serious stunt action.
Okay, we're going to just do a wing over and then we'll position into a loop. Here we go then. Whoa!
this thing is unbelievable! The first time you experience real G is incredible. You're never quite ready for that feeling.
Here we go then. Oh my God, that is amazing! I lost my tan. Well done.
I was clenching like a constipated camel there, trying to prevent every last drop of blood rushing from my brain to my feet. What a feeling! But in stunt display terms, we'd only experienced a fraction of the 300's capabilities.
This is the barrel roll then. The barrel roll. Makes it look like the Earth's rotating around us. Oh my God! I can see JJ doing little loops over there. Okay, whoa! Right, okay, well. Right, I'll turn us the right way up, well done. Okay, the blood has just rushed to my head. I think I've just got cleverer. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, look at him go. It's a 12-year-old doing a loop-a-loop. Oh. Oh, we'll just hold there for a second. We'll just do a little roll. Oh no, it's showing off. And then we'll go back the other way. Oh, I am clenching for all I am worth. This is the gyroscopic arrows that you can't do in a jet. Are you ready? Okay. Then so, into the vertical. Right. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to hold, I'm going to roll, and it's all going to go a little bit wild. Oh my God! Oh, that is amazing! This is what you just did.
That was 4G and I could really feel it. But because the guys had built us up to it slowly, I didn't feel lightheaded at all.
I was going to ask you if you ever missed flying the jet. Right up to the point where you did that, and now I don't need to ask.
The power of an extra is amazing, but it's the agility that makes the EA300 the best at what it does.
We went into that manoeuvre at about 200 miles an hour, and I had no idea what to expect. But once again, the build-up had been so gradual that I was really calm about it. Breathtaking, not terrifying. That's a thing. Always just on the edge of your comfort zone, but never into screaming panic territory. It's strange, but you soon begin to automatically tense up for the stunts. As soon as your pilot tells you that you're going for it, you brace and just have a fantastic time. It really isn't anywhere near as scary as it looks. Incredible! This aircraft is amazing. My flight had been incredible, and I'd only pulled 5G. That's just half throttle. So, as Tim continued to defy gravity, I'd made it back to base safe and sound. What a rush! It's official. This is the greatest aviation experience in the world. But high above the Northamptonshire countryside, Cutty and Tim were taking things to a whole new level. They'd sailed blissfully through Adrenaline City, and they were now well on their way to Insanity Central.
So into the vertical, and roll the airplane around like so. When you see the smoke coming past us, we're going backwards, okay? Here we go.
So effectively we're falling out of the sky backwards. Oh my God! Oh, that is phenomenal!
Don't try that in your EasyJet, okay?
Oh! No, I always wanted to be an airline pilot, but I don't think we did that. Now I want to be a stunt pilot. That is amazing!
It's just great, isn't it? I'll show you a knife edge spin, okay? Just the start of one. So we pull up into the vertical again.
Okay.
And basically we hold it there like that. We wait till we get to stall turn speed, which is like that. And as we go through there, we're now spinning as a knife edge.
Oh my
And
God!
I'll stop that
Oh, the G-force was unbelievable!
Yeah, you do get quite a lot there, so well done.
Oh my gosh! Oh my heavens!
Would you like to see something quite violent called snap rolls, which we do in the show?
Go on then!
I'll show you some snap rolls.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that is phenomenal!
Those are called snap rolls. They're quite difficult to cope with actually, so if you cope with them, you've done very well.
Clearly Tim's been doing his adrenaline junkie routine for too long. He'd managed a staggering 8.5 G. That's more than double the force that most people are comfortable with. But then Tim's no ordinary thrill seeker. So, the expert's verdict?
Whatever experience that anyone could ever pay for, doing anything on water, sea, land or air, this is, without a shadow of a doubt, the most extreme, awesome thing you will ever do in your life. It is brilliant. Considering this is an airline, I mean, would you believe an airline? And you can do this. This is amazing.
Is there anything you'd like to see again before we go back?
I quite like those snap rolls. Those were awesome.
Really? Okay. Right, we'll have another go at snap roll.
Okay. Friendship for all of us.
There's an old saying, what goes up must come down.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the airfield and we'll go for a looping break if we can.
Oh, the G-force on that.
But you can't have an experience like that and land normally.
And I can see a runway.
No, subtle isn't part of the equation for the blades.
I like this.
Planning has taken on a different aspect today. I've never seen planet Earth look quite like this.
Those popping and farting noises are normal. They're not from me. They're from the
Bravo 2 for almost 2-1.
I was say they might be from me after that. This is just like you're flying the thing. It really is. The front seat position, especially as you come into land, is phenomenal.
Working on this show is sometimes really hard because we're always thinking, how on earth are we ever going to find something that will beat this? We've done tanks, we've done zombies, we've done supercars, boats, helicopters, and even learnt to drift. But this is by far the most spectacular. and a full day with the blades is something very special indeed.
It's an amazing day. We absolutely love them ourselves, so I think that speaks testament to how good they are. But we don't just have people along for a flight in these amazing machines. People arrive generally at about 10 o'clock, are met with breakfast when they arrive, teas, coffees. They get looked after amazingly all day. But guests will fly with the blades. On another activity, they'll fly in a helicopter. They'll actually hover a helicopter. We normally have a competition. We have Formula One simulators. People race around there. Once again, that gets competitive too, which is great fun. For bigger groups, we sometimes have tiger moths, where people fly in one of those as well. And at the end of the day, once everybody's done all those activities, we fly a personal display. The guests stand on the balcony, they drink champagne, eat canapes, and have an amazing time watching our display, which is just for them. People can actually see what they've done in the air, have an empathy for what it actually feels like to have done some of those manoeuvres, and it really does finish the day perfectly.
So if you're looking for a once-in-a-lifetime experience, something that's a real game-changer in terms of excitement, this airline is the only place in the world with seats available in airshow first class.
Definitely the closest you're going to get to flying a formation display, most definitely. There's nowhere else you're going to be able to go and fly in and doing the manoeuvres that we do, flying in close formation as a 4-aircraft display team and seeing what it's like.
It is unique, and people are always asking, can I come and fly with the Red Arrows? What's it like to fly in a jet? Oh, I want to come flying. And of course, you just can't do it in the military. It's just not really possible, save for the odd celebrity that gets a chance to do it. So we thought we needed to set up a company that just gave people the chance to experience what we've been lucky enough to experience from the driving seat, as it were. We know there's a market for it. People absolutely love it, and it's a great pleasure to be able to deliver it now.
So these are the guys to call if you want to do this, that, or that with your friends, side by side in formation.
Their reaction is always positive, and it doesn't matter how much they've done, whether they've done a small amount or the full gambit of what this plane can do. They are all invariably say, I know somebody that would love this, I'm going to bring my dad, I'm going to bring my friend, this is just the best thing I've ever done. We had a lot of people who are extremely well corporately hosted. They talk about Monaco, helicopter travels, all those really posh things for the Formula One, and they say that this day, is far better, and that's just great for us to hear. We can add an awful lot. We can formate on a Spitfire, we can formate on a Vulcan, we can do all sorts of things with this plane and our days, and we're more than happy to talk to anybody who wants to do something special. We will make it special.
The website's on screen now, thrill seekers. You know what to do.